Yo, what is it? Good morning to everyone. This is your man LaVon, and this is LaVon Says. This is So Thankful Thursday, right? Thankful Thursday. And I'm just coming on here to give a shout out to myself. Yes, to myself. I want to say that I'm so thankful that God has put me in a position to be a good friend. You know what I'm saying? We need good friends. You ought to have at least a good friend, if not friends. You know, that friend that you can call on, that friend that you can depend on, that friend that when you're in a time of need, you know they're going to be there, or they're going to try their best to be there, right? Everybody needs at least one good friend, and I'm glad that God has been able to use me in my life in several different occasions to be a good friend. You dig? Don't mind my hair, y'all. Just let my locks breathe a little bit. You know, that's why I don't have my lock wrap on. Sometimes I gotta let them breathe. And so what constitutes a good friend, right? You know, I mean, many people have their opinions, you know. I mean, I know what I think constitutes a good friend. And in my opinion, you know, everyone has one. A good friend is someone that listens, right? You don't always have to agree with, but they'll listen to you. You know, they'll at least listen to your side of you and listen to your point. You know, a good friend is one that'll give you their opinion. You know, they'll tell you what they think, whether it's right or wrong about something you said or something that you thought, right? That you let it come across. A good friend will text you back when you text them, you know, within a reasonable amount of time. You know what I'm saying? A good friend will, if they can't answer your phone call, they will call you back in a reasonable amount of time. Why? Because they're concerned about why you called. They want to see why you called. They want to know why you text. You know, a good friend, you know, is not just going to switch you off the phone. When you're trying to talk, you're trying to get some information, you know, a good friend is not gonna be pulling teeth with trying to communicate with. You dig? And what I mean by pulling teeth is, you know, it's a hard conversation. You know, you're trying to ask them things or get information from them or to them, and it just seems like the conversation is always difficult. Like they're always tight-lipped. They don't want to give up no information. They don't ever have nothing to say, or they just, you know, whatever the case is. That's not being a good friend. You dig? That's trying to force something. But when you have a good friend, it's not forced. You know, you have an understanding. You know, a good friend you can call on, and they'll be there. You know, short of like traveling across the country and things like that. But you know, a good friend will be there, even if it's a matter of 2, 3, 4 hours. If it's a need and there's, you know, there's no other way, there's nothing else can be done, a good friend will be there. Or we'll make a way for someone else to be there. You did? You know, a good friend doesn't mind loaning you money. And even if it's not a loan, you got so-and-so, yeah, here you go. You know, because you're a good friend. You know, to me, that's what constitutes a good friend. A good friend is going to check on you. A good friend is going to see about you. A good friend is going to, you know, think about your concerns and what's best for you, whether it be mentally, physically, spiritually. You dig? That's a good friend. To me, in my opinion, that's what constitutes a good friend. Are you a good friend? Can the people that you call friends, would they call you a good friend? And the people that you call friends that are in your circle, do you really consider them a good friend? That's the question. And on top of that, you know, I just hope that in me being a good friend to others, that, you know, I too also will have some good friends, those that I can really say is good friends. You know, I have 1 or 2 people that I consider really good friends. So it's just a blessing to be a good friend, and I'm just thankful that God has put me in a position. You know, it's not like I got, you know, extensive funds, and it's not like, you know, I have, you know, mileage where I can just up and fly, and a job where I can just go when I please. But God has put me in a position where I do have some flexibility, and I have been able to, you know, be there when it's needed. So, are you a good friend today? Are you a friend that others can depend on, that they can count on? And, you know, when your number is called, it may not be called very often, right? You may not get called very often. People may not call you, you know, except when they do need something. But when you do get that phone call, right, is it one to where you know that person can depend on you? When your number's up and you get that phone call, are you going to show up and say, put me in? Or are you going to bail out because of some excuse, right? Consider your friendship today. I'm so thankful that there are a few people that I am good friends to. And hopefully that circle of me having good friends will increase because of the fruit. Anyway, this is your man Levon, and this has been Levon Says. Thank you for joining me on this Thankful Thursday. Remember, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell notification so you're always notified whenever I upload a video. And like and share this video. Man Levon, I'm out.